All right, y'all. I done watched Summer House, and I think we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna review Summer House because it's some things going on up in this house. We gotta discuss. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, y'all. So Lindsay and Danielle arrive at the Summer House first, and then here comes Carl, Paige. Maya is a new person on the show, and she is Paige's friend, and of course Sierra comes with Paige as well. Which, I don't know why they keeping this Sierra situation alive. But whatever. Um, then Kyle and Amanda arrive last. Okay, so they all chat about Andrea coming and him and Paige's brief romance in Vermont. So there was a winter house season where Andrea was introduced and Jason. Okay, so we're going to hear some things about Jason that went on with Miss Lindsay. Okay, so Andrea and Paige were flirting in the winter house. And then, of course, now we know Paige is with Craig Conover that is on the Southern Charm show. Okay, so they are now in a monogamous relationship. But in the summer house, this is kind of where Paige and apparently Paige and Craig gave each other time to like figure it out. Like they were dating, but they weren't exclusive yet. And anyway, at this point. So anyway, Paige says 2 months after she started hooking up with Craig, they were exclusive and thinking, but still they are free to do whatever they want. So she was saying once they left Vermont, her and Andrea actually went out. And Andrea was like, you know what? I really like you. I want to be in a relationship with you. And Paige was like, I'm not ready to be, in a relationship. Yeah, you pump your brakes now. And she kind of didn't talk to him anymore after that, apparently. So I was like, damn, Paige. I mean, goodness, you out here trying to get it in. You ain't trying to be tied down by nobody I see. So then Andrea arrives, and then he arrives with his personal trainer friend Alex. And Paige is all googly eyed over Andrea again, child, talking about how he smell good. I'm like, now do he really smell good, or is he one of them fools that just put on too much daggone cologne? There's a difference between smelling good and bathing in cologne. And I hope he ain't one of them. He is a model child, so I just hope that ain't the case. All right. So Sierra and Paige chat about Andrea and Carl. Sierra is interested in Carl, and Paige wants to see where things go with Andrea. First of all, I think Paige is just into Andrea because he there. Okay, he is just a person within fuckable reach. So there you go. She's going to explore whatever is going on with him, and that's that on that. So Lindsay asked Andrea about where him and Paige are, and Andrea says after they came back. So he confirms that after they came back from Vermont that he was interested in being in a relationship with Paige, but Paige was like, I'm gonna pump my brakes on this one, and she hadn't really reached out to him anymore after they linked up at that one time. And he says he just wants to see what happened and why she kind of ghosted him after that. So then everybody stands around a counter. Of course, now it's drinking time. Everybody getting drunk except Carl Child because he is 6 months sober at this point, and the bottle is not his friend. Okay, so he is not about to be good time, get down and dirty, drunk Carl this summer. Okay, so Lindsay, everybody is asking Lindsay about her relationship status with Jason because they all knew that her and Jason kind of hit it off in Winter House. Okay, and Lindsay says she told him not to come to the summer house because they all went out to dinner. And Amanda was just like, hey, is Jason coming up here to visit you? Because everybody's thinking her and Jason are still canoodling. Okay. She's like, no, I didn't. I'm not having him come up here. I'm just going to be, we are dating, but, I'm going to be single Lindsay. I'm not about to be having nobody coming up here and messing up my flow. Okay. We ain't together. We together apart. Okay. And that's that on that. So then Maya asked everyone their relationship status. And she says she's single, but she was engaged for 5 years. Kyle and Amanda began talking about their wedding that's coming up in 3 months, and everybody else is pretty much saying that they're single. And Danielle said, hold on, pause. I'm not single. I'm in love with Robert and I want to get married. Okay. So y'all keep on being single, but I'm in love over here. So don't include me. So Carl says it sounds like Lindsay wants to meet someone else because they asked Lindsay what's going on with her. Like, she ain't gonna say she dating Jason. Like, you over there mums the word about your boy. And Carl was like, it sounds like Lindsay wants to meet someone else and date someone new. Like, he's like bringing that up because everybody keeps on asking Lindsay about her relationship status. Then she starts getting, popping off at Carl saying, you know, telling him to shut the F up and don't come after her and get, she's just getting defensive. I'm like, Lord, Lindsay, like, you don't know how to fight well. Like, everything, she goes off the cliff edge with her anger and how she handles people. And I don't even know how these people can continue to be her friend with the way she reacts. Apparently she's a good friend because everybody still sticks around her. Child ain't gonna stick beside her. But I'm like, Law have mercy. Like, she wouldn't be talking to me like that if I'm her friend. And maybe you need to put the bottle down if you're gonna be rude to people like that. Because that right there, I don't like that. Okay. So anyway, everyone goes out drinking after dinner except Carl because, of course, he's sober and he's trying to keep it that way. And he knows his limits. So he's not about to be going out and drinking with them. So everybody come back to the house except Kyle. Okay. Lindsay goes in her room and starts crying naked in a towel, child. I'm like, what is wrong with her? And then Amanda keeps calling Kyle, trying to figure out where the hell he's at, like why he ain't come home with everybody. Which my thing is, Amanda, why you leave him wherever y'all was at? Why you didn't stay with him? Inquiring minds want to know. I'm just saying. So she calls the man 27 daggone times. And, she gets pissed because he ain't answering the phone, child. So she breaking up all this shit. She in the bathroom. She breaking it, slicing and dicing it. And I'm like, wow, you big mad. Okay. So she done broke all his stuff, child. And she done put his damn clothes outside at the front door. Okay. And it's been raining a lot. So that's going to be a mildewy type of situation that's going on. And he going to be real mad when he get back. I already see that. So she's hysterically crying, and Paige and Sierra come in there to like kind of see what's wrong with her. And she's like, I don't understand why he keeps doing this. We even have a contract where, if I think that his drinking is just so unbearable and I call the wedding off, then he owes my parents the money for canceling the wedding, because apparently her parents are paying a big chunk of money for the wedding. So they have this daggone wedding contract, child, that if he ends up getting drunk as a skunk again, to her, not to her liking, and she calls this wedding off, he owes all those coins. Okay. So I'm like, well, damn, Kyle, you might want to get your shit together. Okay. So then she also says that when he gets drunk like this and she can't get a hold of him, it triggers her from when he cheated on her that one time. And he got blacked out drunk and didn't remember what he was doing. And my thing is with Kyle, like, sir, you're damn near 40 years old. I'm going to need you to put the bottle down. Like, you excessively pick up the bottle. There must be something going on that's stressing you out in your life where you feel like getting drunk as a skunk is the thing to do. But I'm gonna let you know we getting old. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, put the bottle down. Get a hobby. Do something else. Cause drinking is not your thing, sir. Okay. So Kyle comes in, and of course he is messed up. Okay. And he comes in the room, and the girls, Paige and Sierra, are in the bed with Amanda, and they pretend to be asleep. And Kyle looks over like, well, I be goddamn, y'all in my damn bed. Where the hell I'm supposed to sleep? So then he goes in the bathroom and he steps on the glass, I guess, from Amanda breaking up his cologne, child. And then the girls scurry. They leave the bed and Amanda goes into the spare bedroom. So he comes back and then everybody gone. He's like, what the hell? Now, mind you, he already drunk. So he just thinks some abracadabra going on, child. So he just lay his ass down and say, I'm going to deal with this shit in the morning. I'm too fucked up for this, okay? So then Carl gets up the next morning. He goes running into, that's his level, his form of meditation, because he has to have a routine. He says he has to have a routine every day to commit to his sobriety, and he goes to an AA meeting. And as he's on his way out for his ritual, he sees Mr. Kyle's belongings sprawled about on the front door. So he just kindly puts his stuff back inside the doorway. That was nice of him. So then everybody is like crowding around in the kitchen, and they're talking about the night before. Paige and Sierra talking about the night before and the contract Amanda talked about. And they're discussing how they do not think Amanda should get married. And Andrea walks in with coffee for them both. He was doing that on Winter House too, walking in the room, giving them coffee in the morning. And Paige was impressed by that because her dad apparently does that every morning for her mom. So that kind of wins her over with Andrea because she feels like they both kind of have that two-parent home kind of vibe. Okay. So moving right along, Paige and Maya end up cooking breakfast. But getting back to Paige and Sierra talking about them calling the wedding off, here's my thing. Y'all not in Amanda's relationship, so y'all might want to mind your daggone business. If Amanda don't want to call her wedding off, she don't need to call her wedding off. Y'all break up with people left and right like it's nobody's business. Paige, you don't even know who you want to date between Andrea and Craig at this point. So I probably wouldn't be listening to you about relationship advice because you're single. You don't know what is keeping Amanda with Kyle. You know what I mean? People tell you what they want to tell you, and people tell you what they want you to hear. She not telling y'all what she doing. She's not telling y'all, and not blaming Amanda because Kyle's behavior is definitely his own responsibility. But she's not telling y'all what's driving this man to get drunk like this. Okay? Catch that tea. So anyway, Carl goes into Lindsay's room. He asks her how she slept. She says she cried herself to sleep last night. Carl was really apologetic about, he said, I didn't want you to feel like I was attacking you at the table. It's just that everybody cares about you. And we were asking you about your relationship status and you were being really, really vague about it. So I just really wanted to know what was the goings on. So she says, well, I hadn't told you this, but, a couple months ago, I had a miscarriage. She said, I found out, she was like, I was feeling kind of sick. I thought it was, side effects from the COVID shot. But, I found out that it wasn't side effects from that. It was from me being pregnant. So I found out on a Monday, and on a Tuesday, I'm having a daggone miscarriage. So it's just a lot of emotions that I haven't really dealt with. And for everybody to be asking me about Jason, it's just one of those things that she's just not really ready to be talking about him. So she told Jason that she kind of wants to deal with this on her own. So it's one of those things where I guess she just kind of wants to sever ties with him because maybe he reminds her of what could have been. And she says, that would have been a really cute baby though. And I'm like, Lord have mercy, girl. So, she admits that Jason was a really good guy, but he just probably wasn't the right guy for her at that time. And I think that Jason might be a little too soft for Lindsay because Lindsay, listen, she does seem like a good friend. And I think I'm sorry, y'all. In my opinion, Lindsay crazy to me. Like her emotions are just too all over the place, and I could not manage that. I think Lindsay really she got daddy and mommy issues. She got family issues. She has abandonment issues. And I think she really needs to deal with that to be able to be in a healthy relationship with anybody, just from what I've observed personally over the seasons that she's been on Summer House. So moving right along, Amanda goes back in the room with Kyle Chow from round 3 of this fight and asks him where he was last night. He gets upset. They both in the room yelling at each other in the daggone bathroom, talking about F therapy, F this, F that. And Kyle feels like Amanda is not letting him have fun. And Amanda doesn't understand why he has to stay out drinking late by himself. Here's my thing. I totally get it, Amanda. He should not have been out drinking so late. But what was going through your mind, and what state of your drunkenness were you in when you decided to leave your fiance at a bar by himself? What made you do that? I've been married for 8 years. If I know my husband gets a little too crunk by himself drinking, I'd be goddamn if I'm leaving my husband at a bar by himself. You're going to get your ass in this Uber, this driver, whatever. You're going to leave with me. Okay? You're not about to be in here making ass of yourself. Okay? And that's that on that. I don't know what type of relationship y'all got going on, ma'am, but ain't no daggone way. Sorry, I'm looking for my water because, doing these things get your throat a little dry. There is no way that I would have left him. That's just me. I wouldn't have left him in the bar like that. Like, if you have anxiety or you feel triggered about this, first of all, you need to talk to him about that. And you need to let him know every time you stay out drinking and I'm calling you 50, 11,000 times and you don't answer the phone, it makes me feel a certain way. It makes me feel like, oh my gosh, I'm having flashbacks of you cheating on me. Is he cheating on me right now? Why he not answering my phone calls? And y'all need to deal with that, because otherwise that's called not having any trust, and there's a lack of communication there, because clearly if he knows that it makes you feel like that, then also he needs to figure out why the hell he keep on doing it. Okay, so moving right along, we get into episode 2. Kyle goes for a run because he is pissed off with Amanda, and he feels like, you know what, she is no fun. She won't let me have no fun. I'm really stressed out over what's going on. Us planning this wedding. Are we having a wedding? Are we not having a wedding? What's going on? Do you want to marry me? It seemed like they got a little trouble in paradise. So he go running, and he's so upset, child. He runs in the damn rain. It is then literally pouring down rain. And this man was drunk as a skunk the night before, and you running? I don't know. Is there a such thing as DUIs were drunk while running? Because child, I don't know how he stayed up. I'm a runner too, and I don't know how the hell he did that. I can't run and have a hangover. That's a skill. So Kyle comes back, and everybody's talking about where they're going to go for the day, and everybody's talking about going to a brewery. Okay, so Carl, Lindsay, Kyle, Maya, and Danielle end up going to the brewery. And Lindsay says she's going to have basically she's like, I'm gonna have a hot hub summer and I'm just gonna do whatever the heck I want to do. And Kyle talks about getting turned on because Lindsay apparently was hunching on a woman, and she was carpet munching, and he was interested in loving it for some reason. I'm like, oh, Kyle, pipe down. You already in enough trouble, sir. Okay. So then Andrea is back at the house cooking dinner for Paige, Sierra, and Alex. And for Paige and Sierra and Alex go to the store because Alex is like, you know what? I need more food than what y'all got, because I gotta eat like 10 pounds of protein, and like, this little yin yang y'all got up in here, this ain't enough. Okay. We got some comments. Oh my God, wait, you watch Summer House too? Yes, I do. I just finished watching it. I watch it. I was trying to see if it's gonna be good enough to do some commentary on, and it seems like it's good so far. Thank you so much, Mary. Kamara, make sure I'm saying your name right now, because I hate when somebody say my name wrong, child. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you love watching me. Yes, I appreciate you. We got 4 people watching the live right now. Please, please, please like, comment, join me in the chat, and subscribe to my channel. Okay. So at the brewery, Maya tells them about her breaking off her engagement because everybody's like literally trying to get to know her because she's the new girl. We know nothing about her, okay? And to me, she looked like a knockoff Jordan. What's her last name? They used to hang out with Kylie Jenner. She looked like a knockoff her to me, okay? And when she said that she was in a relationship with Kwame, um, she was in a relationship with Chef Kwame Anuwaki. Okay. First of all, I love Kwame. I love, 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 love him. I had a chance to go to his restaurant here in DC. He had a restaurant called Kith and Kin. Okay. That man is talented. Okay. And this girl, Maya, I'm gonna have to get to know her a little more. She's giving me thirsty. Okay. Because for you to break off your engagement with somebody because you felt like that you were in their shadow, like, do you need attention? I don't understand. Like, are you that thirsty to be famous? Like, you had a very successful man that is doing well. Like, he literally had Cardi B and Sierra in his kitchen teaching them how to cook. He's been on Top Chef as a top tier contestant. He's actually a judge on Top Chef now. Like, he's doing big things. So, girl, and you on Summer House. Go back to Kwame, girl. Cause I seen you flirting with people at the party. You yeah, get your ring back, because you don't know what you're doing. And quiet as it's kept. Yeah, you need to go back to Kwame. I'm gonna keep. My mama said if you ain't got nothing nice to say, you got to keep it to yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. That makes that makes no sense. I wish I I want to know what you're talking about, girl. Tell me what you're talking about. Wait, you talking about the one with the bob? Yes. That and the weave that was pushed forward a little too far. She need to push that thing back a bit because I think she forgot where her forehead was. Thank you for commenting, Mary. So yeah, so back at the house, so then, oh wait, let me get back to Miss Maya. So yeah, so I'm mad that she broke off her engagement with Kwame because I love him, and it's her fault, whatever it is. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I know it's her fault because he is very nice and he is so handsome. I don't know what's her damn problem. She just want to be famous. She's thirsty, and I'm watching you, Maya. Okay. So then she said she was hunching on him a month ago. Wait a damn minute. Y'all broke it off 6 months ago, but you was having sex with him a month ago. Child, he must have cooked you a good old meal and you threw it back just for the soup. Okay, girl, bye. So in the next scene, Amanda and Paige chat, and she asks Amanda how she is feeling because Amanda is just walking around the house, moping and sloping around, and she's still upset over Kyle getting drunk. And Amanda says she feels like it's been 4 years of her trying to figure Kyle out. And she can't take the drinking because he keeps acting in a way that she doesn't agree with. And she doesn't understand why he won't change. First of all, Amanda, if I can give you any advice as a woman that's been married for 8 years, you can't change no man, honey. Okay? You cannot change him. Either he wants to make a positive change for himself, but you can't advise someone to change for you. Okay. And I hope that makes sense to you. You got to take the good with the bad with people. And if the bad outweighs the good, then you got to make a heavy decision to move on. Okay. We got another comment from Miss Mary. Like she had a rich, good man, but want to be so independent on a blog. Yes. I'm like, girl, and who are you again, Maya? Girl, bye. I would have been with Kwame and been successful and made a name for myself. It's just like Aisha Curry and Steph Curry. Steph Curry was famous for being a basketball player, but guess what? Aisha Curry has her own name, does her own thing. So if she was smart and really a person that deserved the public eye, she would figure out how to, make that happen. But clearly she on Summer House, so child, whatever. Good luck to Maya. So anyway, Amanda and Paige are pretty much talking, and Paige is like, well, if you don't really like what Kyle is doing, then why don't you make a change? What's going to be your breaking point? And Amanda says she is at her breaking point and has to make a change. I'm like, Amanda, now we know you don't like to work, honey. You want to be a kept woman, quiet as it's kept. So don't sit up here and act like you just hanging on by a thread from Kyle because he's such a hard person to deal with. You are lazy. That's what that is. And you're staying with him because Kyle is a go-getter and you want him to take care of you, but you want him to take care of you on your terms, but you don't like his drinking. Help the man get through the drinking. Now you can't tell him what to do, obviously, but you're gonna have to work through that, or just leave him alone. Just leave him alone. Clearly you didn't, because y'all married. So Andrea makes pasta. Amanda and Paige love it. Sierra and Adam come back with groceries. They discuss who's going to cook dinner, and Adam criticizes the breakfast, talking about all they had was some bacon. Well, when you eating the whole damn refrigerator to get your 50 grams of protein in, child, of course you're going to think a little bit of bacon is not enough. I don't know what's his problem, but you can get protein from plants. Just you can skip the animal, because the animals get their protein from the plant. So you really just pretty much eating the protein from the plant that the animal ate. But that's another story for another day. Okay. So, sir, all this food that you got to be consuming all daggone day, yeah, not interested. So anyway, moving right along, Paige calls Craig and asks him what he's doing. So now we get to see a front row seat to Paige and Craig actually interacting. She puts up with Kyle's cheating. Yeah, now honestly, Mary, I hope that Kyle is not cheating anymore. I hope that that was a one hit or quitter type of thing where he blacked out, had that situation with that young lady, and moved on with his life. I really hope that that's not something that he continuously does. Now, I'm definitely not making excuses for Kyle and his city boy drinking. Okay, he need to sit it on down and knock it the hell off. Okay, because he's too old for this behavior. Period. Okay, I think Kyle is actually 40 plus, if I'm not mistaken. He gotta cut it out. It's too much. So moving right along, everyone sits down to eat dinner, and Carl falls out the damn chair. Now I don't know if the chair was just too weak, or Carl done packed on the pan. Maybe he need to run some more, or maybe his legs was too long. I don't know what happened, but it was funny to me when he fell. I was like, Carl, you need to get you a high chair. Okay, you got to get something that can fit them legs, sir. Okay. So then Carl tells Sierra he's impressed with her table dancing because everybody starts dancing and getting drunk and just getting live for the night. So him and Sierra are flirting with each other. Andrea and Paige are flirting, and then Kyle goes too far with Amanda. He scoots a damn chair back and runs right into her damn foot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Kyle, you already in trouble enough. Now you're gonna piss the girl off and almost break a damn foot off. So Lindsay says, go after her, because Amanda runs into the room pissed off that he ran into her foot. So they go in the bathroom and they going back and forth. He's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And she was like, oh, you know how to apologize? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you knew how to do that. And he's like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, you don't see nothing wrong with what you did last night. You don't give a damn. You don't care. She was like, but that's okay. We ain't got to talk about it this weekend. First of all, what you're not going to do is throw daggers and then say we're not going to talk about it. Clearly, you're mad. Okay. So let's be grown-ups and talk about it. Let's get through this. Because what we not about to do is have a terrible weekend because you about to be McNasty to me all weekend because you pissed off that I was drunk last night. And Kyle, you need to just go ahead and deal with this. But instead, he come running out the room like a little BIT and goes outside talking to Danielle, crying and carrying on. So then we realize Kyle is stressed too. He said he's tired of having to do everything. Apparently, he really doesn't agree with or appreciate Amanda not wanting to work. Kyle, as we can see, he's a real go-getter. He's always been an entrepreneur. And I think, he just feels he might really not say it out loud because he don't want to hurt her feelings. But I can see even last season, he feels like Amanda is lazy. Like Amanda has literally no get up and go about herself. Literally. Like, I don't know what her problem is. Maybe she wants to be a pillow princess that's kept, but Kyle is not interested in that. Kyle wants somebody that's going to be a go-getter right along with him. And I don't know if Amanda is that person. Now, they seem to connect well when it's time to have fun or whatever the case may be when it's, not serious. But when it's something serious, Amanda kind of retreats. So I don't know. This is going to be an interesting marriage, okay? To say the least. They need to learn how to be partners, okay? Right now, they each other's foe. So anyway, moving right along, he says he's miserable and he feels like she's miserable too. And if she just need to go on and call off the wedding if that's what she want to do. So everybody gets ready for the 4th of July cookout. And we know this is Kyle's favorite little thing, child. He got to wear his little wig and he got to go crazy and do all these things. But he probably ain't going to be able to do all that because he already on thin ice with that good Amanda. So Robert, Danielle's boyfriend that she loves so much, showed up to surprise her. So Maya says she feels like this is her, and then Maya talks about saying that she feels like this is her coming out party of being single. And we see her awkwardly flirting with people. I'm like, Maya, call Kwame, ma'am, please, please, okay? Because you're not doing a good job here. So then Carl says he's going to man the grill because he's not really into drinking. So he's just going to do everything else that needs to be done at the party while everybody else get lushy drunk and do their thing. So Kyle is talking to Danielle again because he just was talking to her outside, I guess the night before, earlier that day, about his problems with Amanda. And, he says, things are really rough with Amanda and he doesn't feel good about everything anymore. He just feels helpless. Sierra and Carl are flirting with each other back and forth. And They even have a conversation about exploring them dating. Like she said, I've never seen drunk Carl. And Carl was like, I don't know, maybe we didn't get to know each other before because I was a different person. Now that I'm sober, I'm interested in getting to know you, but are you going to be okay with dating somebody that is sober? And she's like, yeah. She was like, you gonna be okay dating somebody that drinks? And he's like, yeah, I would think it would be interesting, actually. So I don't know where this is gonna go. Clearly, we know him and Lindsay are together now, but I'm interested to see how this unfolds. Danielle and Robert have a little tiff back and forth because Danielle really wants to spend time with Robert. They live together back at home now, and their relationship really has progressed over the last year. But he's basically saying he don't know when he gonna be able to come back up there, or if he gonna be able to come back up there, because he has a really busy schedule, and he don't want to make no promises. And she's making a huge deal out of it, but then she wants to act like she's not making a big deal out of it, just being that up and down emotional, how us females do. Okay. But I'm one of those females that can identify when I'm being a little extra. I don't know if other females do, because it kind of bothers me when I do that. So I'll see it and I'll be like, girl, you doing too much. And I'll cut it out in the middle and be like, I'm so sorry. I was having a moment. Okay. But I don't think Danielle sees the forest for the trees of the foolishness that she's going through with this guy. So moving right along, everyone sits down to eat dinner. Carl, oh no, I'm sorry. We got to get down to where we at. So Sierra is also seen off to the side talking to her friend child, and she says that Carl got a big meat and she just want to have it. I'm like, oh baby, why are you looking at this man's penis? I mean, girl, get to know him first, okay? You trying to ride the pony? Goodness. So they're by the pool. What's her name? Paige is by the pool with Andrea. So there's a girl. Andrea throws this girl in the water, and then he says, I'm so sorry. You can throw me in the water if you want to. So she pushes him in the water. But that wasn't enough for her, because homegirl comes over and she gives him a Kawasaki kick to the nose, child, and punches him in the face. I was like, oh no, that is brutality. You got to get on up out of here, because that is not a part of the summer house rules. Okay. So Paige comes over and was like, oh, hell no, we ain't about to do that. So she goes and kicks the girls out of the house. Well, what she calls kicking them out, because girl, they were already leaving. Don't think we ain't see that. They already was calling the Uber and about to leave. So you ain't really do nothing but escort them to the front door. Then you had all that lip service once you closed the door. You ain't say all that when they was inside the house, child. So Paige, you ain't no real street fighter, honey. Don't even try it. But anyway, you was standing up for your little man. I get it. So then we see Paige going into Andrea's room, and they end up talking about how she is now talking to Craig, and Andrea pretty much expresses how he was confused and he wishes that Craig had came to him and told him that he was feeling Paige and that they ended up talking. And he was just kind of confused as to where they were. And Paige explained to him, listen, you know, it's not because of Craig that you and I aren't talking. It's just I wasn't really ready for a relationship at the time. But then me and Craig started talking and we got close. So, that's just kind of where we are. But we're not, she basically was like, we're not in anything committed or whatever. So Andrea says, excuse me, I really want to talk to you, but I have got to go to the bathroom. Like literally, I've been holding it this whole time. So then he goes and runs to the bathroom, and Sierra comes in the room, and Paige says she feels like her mind is messed up now because she's thinking about messing around with Andrea, child. I'm like, oh Lord. But going back to Amanda, so Amanda giving Kyle all this grief about getting drunk, and she outside percolating and gyrating drunk as a skunk her daggone self. So I'm like, both of y'all need to figure out what is acceptable drunkenness. Okay, who can get drunk and who can't? Or maybe y'all need to be sober with Carl. Okay, maybe that's what y'all need to do. I don't know how that's going to go when y'all selling alcohol with Loverboy, but listen, y'all need to take a break. Somebody need to do something. There need to be some boundaries or some sobriety going on. Okay. But I think Summer House is going to be cute. Like I said, I usually watch 2 episodes to make sure it's going to be good. And these 2 episodes prove to me it's worth reviewing. So come back next Monday, and we're gonna get on episode 3. So thank you guys for watching. Tune in tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a review on Kings of Napa. Okay, and I will see you in the next video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with other people that are watching Summer House as well. I appreciate you guys. Peace out.